Hi, everyone. We had a good intraday reversal today in the overall stock market. However, there was no final hour power rally or even final 15, 5, or 1 minute rally to make me say, you know what? Yeah, we're going higher here for sure. Like we're going to pull back and definitely go higher. In fact, overall today, it kind of has it gives me an indication that we still might want to easily pull back to the 50-day moving average here on the NASDAQ and on the Russell 2000. As you can see, we're already here, so that's good. So I would think that we'll drift back and forth sideways between the 50 and 20-day moving averages. You see the blue line right here. Which way we break out from these two moving average will dictate probably the next direction we want to go to overall. The Russell 2000 once again leading to the downside. That's never a great thing if you expect a large uptrend, a significant percentage gain in your uptrend. You want to see the Russell 2000 lead, not lag. So you have the Russell 2000 lagging, the NASDAQ following, and then the S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average hold up better than any of the other indexes. So slight positive still out there in the safe stocks, NYSE stocks. Clear uptrend still in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Clear uptrend still in the New York Stock Exchange and S&P 500, despite the recent weakness in high beta names in the NASDAQ and Russell 2000. So everything right now, it's a technical distribution day on the NYSE, S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average. NASDAQ, I got lower volume on Telechart, got higher volume in MarketSmith, so whatever. It's kind of like a distribution day. We'll go ahead and call it one. 3 out of the past 4 session distribution day technically, but once again, the better intraday reversal. If we would have closed more near the high of the day in the Russell 2000, NASDAQ, I'd be more bullish about this intraday reversal, but really it just seems like, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but it does feel like we want to move lower. However, where we don't want to move lower is definitely the real estate stocks. I had a new long yesterday in HST, and initially it was supposed to be 5%. I got freaked out a little bit after psychoanalyzing the intraday action. Probably shouldn't have done that, but you know what? It's smart to do that. All that heavy red volume, big red volume bars in June, July, along with all those pocket pivot point sell signals, even though price didn't go anywhere, which typically makes some pocket pivot point buy signals. I had to really psychoanalyze the price data, and whenever I did, I kind of didn't like what I saw during the past month on an intraday 30-minute, 15-minute chart basis. So I reduced it to 2.5%. Should have done a heavier amount because it's working. All my current other REITs are working. And then IYR pocket pivot point signal, RWR pocket pivot point signal, got SLG giving a pocket pivot point signal. Have stocks like REG out there looking good. SPG starting to try to break out off that tight consolidation at the 50-day moving average. JLL, more follow through from that one. And RSE looks like a beauty off the lows, along with many other names. They're speculative like EDR. CDR look good, both potential longs. Not going to take any of them long because I only want to buy one REIT position that basically is like my sector play and just make it a heavier position. And that's what we're going to do in HPP. HPP is the one stock breaking out. Here's a weekly chart of CDR, which was a long consideration. There's EDR, which is a long consideration. That's SLG, which is a long consideration. And then the one I'm taking, HPP. As you can see, it is the one breaking out to all-time highs overall. I mean, 25.91 is the closing high, but to me, when you're only 20 cents off, and you're breaking out of a cupish pattern, nice consolidation with quiet volume. That's a breakout to a new high, basically. So this is the one I'm going to pick. 5% of my account capital because we have confirmation in the entire sector. Not going to be 10% because HPP doesn't have current earnings and sales up over 100% with the next 5 years earnings expectations for 500% EPS gain. So without that, I don't want to take a big position with the market the way it is. If the market was hitting new highs here and HPP has given me this signal along with all the other signals I got in REITs, 10%, sure. But for now, HPP, that's just going to be a simple 5% signal based on the very nice price action in the overall sector. And then shockingly, I got a long signal today in grocery store stock that I didn't expect to get. Maybe it's the World Cup fever in this one, but as you can see from the February lows, this stock is under clear accumulation. When it pulled back in May to June, well below average volume. right as soon as it broke the 200-day moving average, it retook it on even heavier volume and immediately got back above the 50. It pulled back, couldn't even pull back to the 200-day this time, and now is all of a sudden throwing up pocket pivot point buy signals off of the 50-day moving average on the 6th and 7th, on the 3rd and 7th, I mean, and now it's giving a really big pocket pivot point signal. Once again, the intraday action wasn't amazing, but it was still very solid, and I saw enough at the end of the day that I would think this should continue on into the next day. Big surge in green bop to almost max green bop. Very large surge in volume. You can see it truncates all the previous volume bars. That's very bullish to me. If bop would have been max green, that would have been even better. And if price would have closed more near the high day, that would have been better. Like around, you know, the 47.80 level, I would have been more happy. But overall, great pattern. And with our low risk, this is another 5%er. So 5% into HPP. Very low risk if we're wrong. 2% is the most we risk. And 5% in CBD, and if we're wrong, 2.5% is the most we risk. This thing should not close below the 50-day moving average. If it does, we are out. And with HPP, this one should not close below this right here, 25.10 level. So it should hold these intraday support lows, or else it is a goner. Only two sells. SSL is a technical sell. It's a 25% sell because since going long, we have a very small gain, and yet the stock just isn't going anywhere. So this is now a time consideration. So it's time to start selling off. Normally a move below the 20, actually volume is above average. Whenever I looked at this thing, volume was below average. So that really does confirm the 25% sell. The good intraday reversal prevents a further sell, and the fact that we still have small gains will prevent it from being a complete sell, or even a 50% sell here. So we'll go ahead and give it one more day. If it closes below the 57.06 level, that's a 50% sell. If it does it on heavier volume, I'm completely out. Just like I'm out on Moo. Moo is still technically holding above my final cut loss level, which is 54.10. But with this gap down and red bar and growing red bop, I'm done. I'm not going to wait around anymore. Enough time is wasted. We'll go ahead and take our small 1% loss on the remaining shares and possibly move it over into any kind of security that wants to actually give us some movement. If that's SRTY on another breakdown in the market, or if it's more REIT stocks, it's better suited than to stick around in here, especially when you have the DBC looking like this, the RJA looking like that, corn looking like this, and coffee breaking down today. Doesn't look like you know, the extreme inflation I was worried about just a little while ago. Looks like that fear is starting to abate based on the technicals of these ETFs. All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a great Friday.